colour is extremely uplifting. Whenever I'm kind of feeling like things are difficult, colour is always something that I turn to. Colour makes me feel very hopeful. My name's Annie Morris and we're in the Weston Gallery at the Yorkshire Sculpture Park. So we're surrounded by a forest of sculptures, which is reminding me now that I'm standing here, and it feels a lot like being in the studio, which I like.
When Annie makes her sculptures, there are two different approaches that are represented in this exhibition. There are the plus decor ones, which are the very rich pigmented, so they're holding pigment in stasis. And then there are two bronze pieces indoors and a new bronze which is premiering here in the landscape outside the gallery. You see it with the backdrop of the Breton estate, and she's not seen her work in that way before, so as people approach it, they're going to see it from a long way away.
The drawings are exciting to show with the sculptures because the drawings are the sort of beginning of this series. I started making these works after a very tragic moment in my life, after losing a baby, and I was really obsessed with drawing. For me, everything starts with drawing. And after having such a shock, it's really nice to be able to kind of make something that takes you away from that sadness. So in this kind of grieving process, I started making these very intimate drawings built up with biro, and I set up a huge long 4-meter piece of paper in my studio, and I'd come in every day and draw these faceless women, quite surreal drawings. And then I would start to, they were very kind of dark and black and white, and there was no colour. And I started to think about colour. So in these drawings, I started to collage these little egg shapes in pigment. Suddenly the drawing started to come to life in a different way, and it felt very sort of, it had this comforting, uplifting quality. And then I started to think about the intensity of colour, and I was desperate to get back to that shape that I'd lost, so I started carving these ball shapes as a kind of way of preserving this kind of grief that I'd experienced. So these kind of towers are somehow hopeful, but they're also kind of a way of remembering, you know, what happened. And I think the rawness of the pigment gives them this kind of fragility that I was looking for. Often when I draw, I want to try and find a place where the drawing is somehow has a sort of sculptural element to it. So I draw very spontaneously, and then I start to sew these drawings. And I want to try and bring as much energy into the finished work as I can using the sewing line. One of the places I like to go to for inspiration is often an art shop when they open those drawers and you see all the colour, you know, all these possibilities of what could happen if you allow these amazing drawer after drawer of colour. And I think that's where these works are coming from, trying to condense all the colour together and create these sort of hopeful towers of colour.